Hey y'all, I have tried to record this video so many times, like I'm really irritated on top of being not in the mood. But I just want to go ahead and get this out there, but it seems like the universe doesn't want me to. Like God is like doing everything to prevent me from saying this, but I'm gonna say it. So hey, here we are. Once again, hey, it's Kay. I'm back with another video. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. This video is gonna be about my wedding, how I feel, the events that happened, just for those that are interested. If you're not interested, please keep scrolling, find something else to do. Um, so let's start with the beginning. I selected my bridesmaids. I let them know. I asked them, "Hey, do you want to be my bridesmaid?" They said yes. So I chose women who I cared about, who were around the area because the wedding was going to be small, and I didn't want anybody to have to go out their way for that. So, yeah, yeah. So let's start with the bridal shower. I planned my own bridal shower, and it was the only event that I had. And yeah, I'm wearing these glasses because like I might cry because this was such a significant moment in my life. It was supposed to be one of the happiest moments of my life, and it's filled with so much chaos and so much like just so much negative energy. And I don't even have my wedding pictures hanging in my house. Just that's just how bad it is for me. So for the bridal shower, I let them know after I asked them would they bring my bridesmaid. I let them know shortly after that I was going to have a bridal shower and it was going to be at my house in Ruston, and what day it was going to be so they could plan, because it was months and months and months in advance that I let them know about this. Okay. So it was on a Tuesday. I distinctly remember because that plays a part. So one of the bridesmaids messaged me and she was like, "Hey girl," well, she messaged the group chat that I made and she was like, "Hey, why are you having it on a Tuesday? Do you think you should have it on a weekend so we can have fun, we can turn up," or whatever she was saying. And then another bridesmaid backdoor her, was like, "Yeah, let's have it on the weekend, so we can have fun. It'll be better having it on a Tuesday. It's kind of crazy." So I'm like, okay. I asked everybody, I was like, "So do y'all think it's cool if we have it on a weekend instead of that Tuesday?" Mind you, this was like a month before the bridal shower. And it's okay for me to change it because the venue is my home. You know what I mean? So everybody's like, "Sure, cool. If that's what you want, let's go ahead and do that." A couple weeks, I would say a week and a half before the bridal shower, I started getting calls rolling in. One bridesmaid from Fort Worth was like, "Hey, I ain't gonna be able to make it. My job said that they can't change my off date. I'm so sorry." She sent me some money, and she was very remorseful. It hurt my heart because I really wanted to see her, but I did appreciate her trying to accommodate me by sending me some money. She did not have to, but she felt so bad. And then another bridesmaid who was in Monroe, she called me. She was like, "Hey, I ain't gonna be able to make it. I gotta work. My job not gonna let me off. I'm sorry, girl. If you would have had it on the original day, I would have been able to come." And I'm like, "I understand. I did change it a month before. That's my fault. So hey, I get it." So then this is when stuff just went too far for me. The girl who suggested, the bridesmaid who was my maid of honor at the time, that's why I took her suggestion so seriously, you guys. She told me, "Hey, I ain't gonna be able to come. I started a new job. I started a new job this month, and they won't let me off for the next 90 days." Mind you, she had started the damn job before she made the before she made the suggestion. Why would you do that? And then the other girl who backdoored her, who was just a bridesmaid, was like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to make it either. I can't afford to fly in." So you wanted to change the date. Both of y'all wanted to change the date to turn up. You ain't even coming. Mind you, I planned this myself, so I didn't know anything about a bridal shower. Like my mom's dead. I don't have much family around me. I'm all the way in Pennsylvania. I'm trying to plan this from, so many states over. And I'm doing the best I can. I didn't even know what a bridal shower was, really, to be honest. So I didn't invite no other people besides these bridesmaids because I had gifts for them. Like I had a box of stuff that I wanted to give them. And I wanted them to, be showered with love, to thank them for what they were about to do for me and to thank them for being a part of my day. But on the day it came, which I stayed up all night blowing up balloons, decorating myself, only three people showed up that was a part of the wedding: the matron of honor, a bridesmaid, or two other bridesmaids, and a friend. And the only one who brought a gift was one of the bridesmaids, and one of the other bridesmaid wore white to my dang on bridal shower, y'all. She wore white. She wore a white dress. Red flag number one. She wore a white dress. Cool. So The other bridesmaid, she was the only one that brought a gift, like I said, and it was full of things, nice things. It was like skincare, devotionals, Christian stuff. Like it was candy, stuff that was like useful, facial tools. I appreciate her for that. She was the only one that brought a gift. And my matron of honor, she was the one that planned the events. And it was she had like two things for us to do because nobody else showed up and it was only like four people there, so we couldn't do like make a wedding dress out of toilet tissue. We couldn't do the games because it wasn't that many people, and it would have just been like, and then the stuff that we did do, nobody knew the questions. I mean, nobody knew the answers to the questions about me. So I did end up giving the friend that came one of the boxes that I had reserved for the other bridesmaids that did not come. And I think that may have confused her into thinking that she was a bridesmaid. And girl, if you watching this and if that's what happened, girl, I'm so sorry. Like I did not mean to confuse you to think that you were a bridesmaid. I just wanted to show you some love for showing up for me because that's just who I am. And if I hurt your feelings, I'm so sorry, girl. So if we gonna move past that and we're gonna just hop into the group chat. So I created a group chat for us to communicate. And in a group chat, I'm like, hey y'all, let's plan a getaway. Let's plan something like a what is it called? A bachelorette party. I'm like, my husband got a timeshare in Cancun that's paid off, we can go there. It ain't gonna cost nothing, for us to go there. Or we can go to Jamaica or something. I'm texting them, nobody really texts me back. So I text him again. I'm like, a few weeks later, I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm trying to plan this trip to Jamaica. They was like, when you want to do it? I gave them a date, and they was like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to do it. A lot of them was like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't got no money. I ain't gonna be able to do it. And mind you, it was not like the next week or the next month. It was like months in advance because I had time before my actual wedding to, I was still planning the wedding. So, yeah. Anyway, I tried to throw myself something again, like a bachelorette. Nobody was there for, not there for, but nobody was feeling it. Like they couldn't afford the trip, they couldn't afford no party, they couldn't afford nothing. And I was gonna pay for a lot of it, but people just couldn't, for some reason they just couldn't. Okay, whatever. Whew, y'all. Anyway, my matron of honor, she was like, hey, you already planned the bridal shower on your own and you tried your best, but let me do something for you because people are supposed to plan the stuff for you. You're not supposed to plan it. And then you giving gifts and nobody really bought you gifts. Mind you, she didn't bring one either. And she was like, nobody really brought you gifts and you gifting. I'm sorry, y'all. I stutter a little bit because my brain injury from this earlier this year, but just work with me. And I was like, yeah, all right, you're right. I ain't gonna plan nothing else. So cool. Couple months went by. Apparently, they had started their own group chat. I ain't gonna go through everything because it's just long and exhausting, and I don't have the emotional capacity, y'all. So a couple months went by. Like I said, my matron of honor called me, and she was like, "Are you sure these girls are your friends?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I love them. Why would you say that?" And she was like, "Did they all agree to be in a wedding?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they said they wanted to be. Like, ain't nobody tell me nothing except for like one other girl. After I passed out the dresses and stuff, she bounced. She was like, no, I don't know if it was like a, I don't know. I don't want to speak for her, but I just know that she couldn't be a part of it anymore. So she dropped out at the time. And she was like, nobody is really responding. Some of the girls haven't responded since the beginning of the group chat. And then the ones that are responding, they acting like they can't do anything. And I'm just throwing things out there and nobody's trying to do anything. Like nobody's agreeing to anything. Nobody wants to do anything. And it's concerning me because the wedding's around the corner and we haven't done anything for you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So I started putting bugs in people's ears. Like the one that wore white, she was my close friend at the time, closer than anybody. And I was like, hey, I think I want a stripper. I want a dancer. See if you can like find me like a cute dog. I got some money, or you can find me a professional stripper, whoever. Like I love a cute now. I know I got Keppa behind me. But I love a cute. I love me a good cute. No, respectfully. Um, yeah. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna find some. I'm gonna do something. So a couple weeks go by. My homegirl who brought the gift, the only one who brought the gift to the bridal shower, she was like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, what's up? She said, we're gonna have a Zoom meeting tonight about your wedding and see if we can like get everybody on one page to plan something for you. And I'm gonna let you know how it goes. I'm like, cool. Couple weeks go by, she called me again. She's like, hey, I just want to be honest with you. She was like, I really don't think these girls are your friend. I really don't think that these people really like you like that, if I'm being honest with you. And that should have been a wake up call for me. I'm trying to zoom through the story, so I'm missing like so many parts because I just can't. But that should have been a wake up call for me, but it wasn't. Then she sent me. She was like, "Hey, we got another group chat. Let me see the messages. So she sent me the messages, and she didn't know I knew about the group chat already, but I read through the messages, and her and my matron of honor was really trying to put something together for me, and people weren't responding. And when they did respond, they like was shutting it down, or they just seemed uninterested, or saying they couldn't do it. And then like the one who was that wore white, which was closest to me at the time, they kept asking her, "Hey, have you done anything for the bachelorette party? Did you get a dancer? What do we need to do?" She never was responding. And I get people go through things, y'all. Do not get me wrong. Y'all know if you watch my Get to Know Me video, I am understanding. I am understanding. So yeah, she just wasn't responding. Um, I just got I just got a real like gloomy feeling wash over me. So I might cry, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. This shit still hurts. So the girl who sent me the group chat images and stuff, she was like, "I don't really think they love you." And then I was like, "All right, I'ma just." I talked to my husband. I start crying. I'm like, "Dang, like I already." Sorry, I'm everywhere. I talked to my husband. I was crying. I'm like, "Man, these girls trying to plan something for me, or one girl is trying to plan something for me, and nobody's responding. I done tried to plan a vacation. Nobody wanted to go. I done did the bridal shower. People not showing up. Like, I don't know what to do. Me and my blood sister already don't have a good bond. My mom is dead. And like, I don't have nobody but these people that I've chosen because it's too late now. And you know my husband was like, you know what, let me throw you something, have a party for you, let me plan it, and let me invite them, and let me invite some other people, because this is not right. I want you to enjoy this, like, we're getting married. I want you to have I want you to have the time of your life. I want you to enjoy this. You've been through so much. um I told him no. I was like, no, I can't have you do that. Like, I feel like that's just gonna be too much. I feel like that's not your responsibility. You already, like, his bridal party was together, baby. They had a group chat, they had a president, they had a secretary, they had somebody taking minutes. Like, they stuff was together. But then I'm just over here falling apart, trying to force these girls to love on me. That's what it is. It's what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to gather myself. I'm not editing this. This is raw. This is real. This is how I feel for real. We ain't even got to the BS. So anyway, yeah, they texting her. They like, she ain't responding. She finally say, "Hey, I can't do it. I can't plan it. I just ain't gonna be able to do it." Cool. So then my other friend, she's like, "We gotta do something." The one that brought the box, she was like, "We gotta do something for Kay," because at this point, the matron of honor, she done gave up. She like, I done tried everything, Airbnb, I done tried everything, spa days, I done tried everything. These girls will not celebrate you. And I'm like, okay, cool. At this point, my husband's like, I'm sorry, I just went off on a whole nother thing. My husband is like, let's just like keep the bridesmaids, because it's too late to change them now. We done already gave out the dresses. We done already paid out this money. We already got. We cannot lose all this money. Just keep them for the dang on pictures. Why did I listen to that? That's going to come back and bite me in the. Woo! So I'm like, cool, baby. I'm just listening to my husband. My friend called me again. She like, girl, why I tried to plan some like some type of slumber party or some type of like pajama type thing for you for before the wedding, and I was trying to pick out colors. Why the old girl who wore white talking about let's wear white? And she was like, I done got so tired of her. She done like flaked on everything. And now she talking about wearing white. I had to tell her, like, no, that's for the bride. And she was like, okay, so let's wear ivory. She was like, girl, are you trying to be the bride or something? Because that is still like you're giving me weird vibes. I should have listened to my friend. Um, so we didn't end up doing a pajama thing either. because nobody could come to a consensus on that, and nobody could participate in that. Nobody had money for pajamas. At this point, I'm over it. I'm over it. I am over it. I am over it. I'm talking to my husband. We changing the budget. I'm like, babe, I'm not paying for nobody hair. I'm not paying for nobody makeup. I'm not paying for nobody dress. And then I had gifts I was about to give them after the wedding, send it to their house as a thank you. We had to cancel all of it. I made them pay for their own dress, hair, and makeup because at this point you don't love me. And if we're gonna use each other, let's use each other. Because listen, they knew that the groomsmen's had money. They knew that. So they were coming and they still wanted to be in the wedding for the coins. It's crazy to me, right? And I got pictures to prove. Babies acted up for them coins at the reception, honey. I got receipts. Um anyway, so I'm just like, okay, nobody's gonna do anything for me. I'm just gonna show up to the wedding. A month before the wedding, we had, I won't say a month. I feel like, I don't know. It was like I feel like a couple of months before the wedding. We had a tenant moving into our Ruston house. So I had to go down to Ruston to clean out the house. So I invited the girl who wore white with my dumb self to help me clean out my home because she washes her clothes there. She had access to the home because we were that close. Even though I didn't live in the home, it was a washer and dryer there, and it was cleaning products, anything she needed. She knew she could go there and she could like wash her clothes or whatever. I wasn't tripping. Um, so I called her over to help me, clean out the place. I found a stack of like letters and stuff. This is my fault. This is my fault. I found a stack of letters and stuff, and we was done cleaning up. It was the end of the day. I put them on the table. I said, "Oh, I'm finna be nosy. I'm finna read some of my fiance old love letters from his old, whatever." And I was going through them. She was going through, her little stack because I was like, "You want to read something cool?" Um, my husband gonna be mad at me if he. Anyway, she found a stack of pictures. Right while I'm reading the letter, she's going through these pictures. She's flipping. I'm like, okay, he got a lot of old Polaroid pictures, or whatever. But these was like regular pictures, Kodak pictures. She's flipping them. Then she passes them to me. I look down. It's my husband nudes. All of the pictures are of him nude. She looked at all the pictures. She's through all the pictures, and then passed them to me and said, "Oh, here you go." I said, "Girl," I screamed. I was like, "Oh my God, this is my man naked." And I had walked into the other room because I was like, I'm starting to really, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I had to cool myself down, calm myself down. And somehow she thought that it was okay. So after that, she had to leave. She had to go. We was done. We was done. But she was still in the wedding. So I had to tell y'all that part because it plays a part. Okay. The week of my wedding, my sister, my blood sister, who I don't get along with, gives me a call. She says, the police has called me. Are you sitting down? I'm like, yeah, what's going on? What's wrong? She's like, okay, the police had called me. They had to launch an investigation. Um, Granny is what we called her, has been in the hospital for a month or more under the name Jane Doe. Um, she was found and she's been having strokes and she's been having seizures. Um, and nobody could identify her, so she can't identify herself because she's been in a coma for the past month. Um, mind y'all, my grandmother, she was, she suffered from addiction. I'm just leave it at that. So it was like a shock because I'm in school. I'm taking 9 senior level science courses because I graduated in a couple months. And I'm planning this wedding, and the wedding is not going. I mean, the planning of it is not going as I thought it would. I'm surrounded by all these bullshit ass. I'm surrounded by all these crazy people, and now I found out my mother who's gone, who died from pancreatic cancer, whom I buried. Her mother is dying, close to the day that my mother died. So they said that the family needed to make some decisions. We need to come in to town and we needed to make some decisions because she was not going to last long. She was dying. My sister had to deal with that situation with a great aunt of mine, but it still weighs on me that I wasn't able to go say bye to my grandmother. Um, I was taking 9 classes at, I think at the time, 3 different universities just to ensure that I could graduate that semester. And I was planning a wedding that was going to happen next week. And I couldn't leave. I had a kid. I had a wedding. I'm in class. It's what, midterms right now. I can't go. I can't go say bye. So that week, along with my family, I had to started making arrangements for my grandmother. Um, we had to make a decision to take her off life support, to stop medically intervening, and to start planning what we were going to do with her remains. And that happened so quickly, and I had to make those decisions fairly quickly because we were running out of time, quite frankly. A lot of people in my family were understanding, and then my sister, my close sister, she was not. She was upset. It strained our relationship even more because she's like, all you care about is your wedding. All you care, granny is dying, mama is gone, it's just us, like, we are literally all we have, and all you care about is your wedding. You can't come help me bury her because of your wedding. That's crazy. So me and her, we just wasn't seeing eye to eye. So as time went on, I want to skip because, like, y'all, my nerves. um let's just fast forward to the wedding rehearsal. We know I'm planning a funeral and a wedding, so I'm a little stressed. I'm a little sad. um you know Everybody knows my granny is dying in the hospital and there's nothing I can do about it, and I can't go see her, and I can't go do anything but get married and go to school because I got responsibilities. So anyway, the wedding reception, I mean, the wedding practice or whatever comes, everybody shows up. Everybody who's going to be in the wedding at this point shows up. I had one friend who had dropped out of the wedding, which that was one of the girls that wasn't responding since the beginning. And me and her are still friends to this day, but we had to have a heart to heart. And I love you, girl. If you watch this, I love you, girl. But she dropped out of the wedding and she told me at the last minute the reason why she wasn't responding was because her daughter had a dance recital or something that day and she wasn't gonna be able to make it, but you could have told me, right? You already knew what I was going through, but we cool now. So I just had to throw you in there, girl, because it was what it was. Okay. And me and her actually stopped speaking for like a year or two after that because, y'all, I was like, I need to reevaluate my friendships, who I'm investing my time in, because these people are nuts. Okay. Okay, so at this point, it's the wedding practice day or whatever it's called. We did that. Everybody showed up for that. Cool. So my husband got me a big hotel suite. It was fairly decent. It was a nice sized room that could fit a lot of people in it because he was like, maybe they're gonna plan something for you. Mind you, I stayed in this room 3 days before the wedding. Like, I came into town and I stayed in that room 3 days um before the wedding. So they had time to do something. Go to Dollar Tree, buy every balloon in that bitch. I mean, excuse me, in there, get some fake something and throw it all over the floor. Buy some Stella Rose from the store. Do something. But no. After the practice, they came over to my room and we practiced strolls. Um, my storage is going the way of the dodo bird, so I have to make this quick. Anyway, we ended up practicing strolls. My homegirl who had brought the gift to the bridal shower, she ended up making my bouquet that night, and she helped me. Well, she was the only one like trying to make something for the wedding. Everybody else was practicing strolls. All right. Um, you know, Nobody brought anything over to the room. Nobody brought any gifts, any candy, any drinks. Nobody brought anything. Like, nobody had anything. There was not one balloon. There was not one confetti. There was nothing. There was nothing. There was nothing. They didn't have nothing for me, y'all. They didn't have nothing for me. I don't even want to talk about the rehearsal dinner or whatever, the dinner. I can't even go into all that. I'm just gonna hit the hot spots for right now. Anyway, so the day of the wedding comes. We're in like this upper part of the venue getting dressed. My friend who bought the stuff, who bought the gift, she ended up decorating the whole room. She had balloons, she had wine, she had little candy stuff to go in the wine, she had like signs, she had decor, she decorated the whole place, the whole little bridal suite for me by herself. By herself, y'all. She just literally could not let me go out like that. And when I tell you I was thankful, but I was so numb. I was so numb. I was so numb. Like it was nothing I could feel. Like my grandmother's dying. Y'all are weird. Like I was so numb. On the day of the wedding, after I got my makeup done, I seen the bridal suite. It was so beautiful. One person did that all by themselves. One of my I think my matron of honor, she brought me like a bag full of like little stuff that she got for me and like a bracelet that they all pitched in like $5 or something to buy. She said she told them to write a personal letter to me just to make it more heartfelt since they didn't do anything for me and nobody would. So she had wrote one and that was it. Um, it was sad. That shit is sad. Um, yeah. So while I'm sitting there, getting my makeup done or whatever, one of the bridesmaids come up to me. She's like, "Hey, me and old girl, we switched dresses. The one who wore the white, we switched dresses. So my dress might look a little big and her dress might look a little small. Mind you, this is one of the reasons why me and the girl in the white fell out after all the BS she did. This was it for me. Mind you, the whole time in the group chat, all these months and a damn near a year, I'm telling y'all, hey, make sure your dress is right. The dress is already nice, spaghetti strap. It's already fit. I ain't no hating that. I ain't no hater. I'm like, I want my bridesmaids to look good. They all got nice bodies. You know what I'm saying? Well, they all look good to me. So let me just, make sure they got a nice dress that they can fit. So I'm telling them in the group chat, the dress is already nice, tight. It looks good. Just get you some shapewear, put it up under there. Make sure your dress is the right size. Do not have a skin tight dress. Make sure the dress is fitted properly. That was my only request. I sent that over and over and over and over and over again. One of them, the one who wore white, sent me her dress in the mirror at her house one day. She was like, "Is this dress cool?" I told her right then, no, that dress is way too tight. She couldn't even bend over, y'all. The dress was so tight and it was not even meant to be that way. It was like a drape neck thing, tight. Hers was so tight, it was flat, girl, like this. Like this. Her dress was so tight on the day of the wedding. I noticed it was busting at the seam, like the seams were ripping apart. You guys, listen to me. Let me back up. Anyway, she had already sent me the dress. I told her that dress is way too tight. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be in the gym and I'm gonna make sure I fit into it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure I fit into it. And if I don't feel like I'm gonna fit into it, I'm gonna get a bigger dress before the wedding." I'm like, "All right, but that dress you cannot wear. It is way too. That dress was so tight. You already don't wear white. Done tried to suggest wearing white, and then you done, girl." Anyway, the day of the wedding comes. Old girl comes up to me. I guess they done conspired with each other. We know our dresses are not right. Mine is too big. Yours is too small. So let's just lie to Kanisha and tell her, "Hey, we gonna switch dresses because we're having a dress malfunction. Let's wait till the day to tell her." Why would you want to wear a dress that's so tight to somebody else's wedding? And don't get me wrong, I was fine. I was in the gym for my wedding dress. I looked great. I looked good, baby. Go look at the pictures. I'm not worried about no other person trying to upstage me. But why would you want to do that? If you know that that's the only thing I've asked of you, you haven't done anything for me. You haven't done anything. My granny is dying. I got all this shit going on. Why would you do that? So she has on a huge dress that she done got pinned on the side with some damn bobby pin. Some damn safety pins. And then she got on this skin tight dress this bitch can barely fit in. After I done told her. And then y'all done came together and lied to me. Like I wasn't gonna put two and two together. Like I was born yesterday. That made me so mad, y'all. That made me so mad because how could you do that to me? We are close friends. And you done did all this stuff. And now I'm starting to think that you really just a close hater. You really just want to be me. You want to marry this man or something? What? We up there. They walk out. Oh, first of all, I'm going too far. So the makeup is done. I got a crown and my dress needs to be laced up. I go put on my dress in the bathroom by myself. My good friend, the one that had brought the stuff, she like, "Hey, let me help you in the bathroom. Let me help you put on your stuff." I'm like, "No, girl, I'm good. Thank you." And she bought me some pajamas to wear while I was getting my makeup done. God, I love her. Now, me and her are not friends right now because like she moved a little funny. She started moving weird, and I got PTSD, y'all. I can't deal with stuff like that. So yeah. So anyway, I put on a wedding dress. I'm like, hey, somebody, can y'all help me put on my crown? Mind you, I know that this is a job for a mother. I know that the mother is supposed to come and help the girl get dressed and reveal the dress and all this, that, and the third. Da, da, da. I don't have a mama. My mom dead. I need help. Everybody knows this. Everybody's in there primping, doing their hair, putting on their makeup, taking pictures in the mirror. Da, da, da. I'm like, hey, can somebody put on my crown? Nobody says anything. Nobody says anything. The photographer stops. He was my good friend as well, though. He stops taking pictures, puts his camera down, and puts on my crown. He pins it for me. That's my friend, man. He tells me good things, how beautiful I look. He was there. Mind you, everybody's doing their own thing, trying to get ready for my wedding. Mind you, their makeup is done, their hair is done, everything is already done. They just put on their dresses, y'all. And my friend Nia, she's trying to. I mean, my good friend. I'm sorry, I said your name, girl. She's trying to. She's trying to finish my bouquet. Mind you, y'all. Just to backtrack, they all went out to eat that morning without me. They all went out to eat the day of my wedding. They all went out and ate. Oh, I'm trying not to ugly cry, y'all. Oh, I'm ugly crying. Look what you done made me do. So, like, I found it out after the wedding, y'all. It was so crazy. I was so sad. So, dresses is messed up. If a photographer didn't put down his camera to stop taking pictures to help me with my crown, pinning my crown on me because nobody else is caring. So then, now it's time for my dress to be laced up, and time is winding down. It's almost time for us to walk. So I'm like, can somebody lace my dress? And the photographer heard me, but he was like, that's too far. I won't be able to do it. I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. So maybe somebody else in here, they're gonna have to help you this time. And I'm like, cool. So everybody's still primping, taking pictures, doing their thing. And I'm like, hey, can somebody help me with my dress? Nobody says anything. This is where, excuse my language, this is where I couldn't take it no more. I let it go. I said, so none of you B words in here know how to lace up a dress, lace up a shoe, tie a bow. None of y'all in here getting yourself dressed, doing what y'all want to do, and I need help, and nobody's listening to me. And then that's when they all start running over. Oh, let me help. The one who initiated the changing of the bridal shower, she the one that come help. She was supposed to be the maid of honor, but she the one that come help. And she laced me up. And at this point, I'm over it. The wedding planner coordinator, she comes in. She's like, hey, y'all got to go down the stairs. It's time for y'all to start the wedding. We go down the stairs. We had a wedding. Whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-wah. While me and my husband are saying our vows at the wedding, mind you, they smiled for their picture when they was walking up the aisle holding their man's hand or holding his arm or whatever. They smiled for their close-up, baby. But while me and my husband saying our vows, all you see is. And my mother-in-law, she was trying to do something. I don't know. She was talking about something. I don't know. But that's besides the point. Like, nobody's smiling. Only one person. And I bet you can guess which person that was that was smiling. All the way at the top, at the back. The one who decorated the room. The one who told me these girls don't love me. The one at the back. The one who had my back the whole time. Only one smiling in every picture. The one who looked at my husband nudes and wore the white and wanted to wear white pajamas, frowning the whole time. The other one's just standing there like they ain't at a fucking wedding. Like they didn't know that they are bridesmaid. Everybody can see you. The photographer is taking pictures of you, y'all. When I went through my wedding pictures, I lost it. The reception was fun. It was cool. One of them even tried to dance with my husband. One of his good friends got in the middle of them because I guess they got so drunk because we had an open bar or whatever was going on. She had to be out of motherfucking mind. Excuse my language. But she was coming up to my husband trying to dance with him, and one of them got in the middle. I have pictures. I have proof. I have receipts. Don't play with me. So I really was oblivious to everything as far as not smiling and all that because we jammed at the reception. Oh yeah, they was ready to dance and be all in some somebody's face and be all in the middle trying to be all the center of attention, trying to get some coins, trying to yeah. Some I think they did throw a little money on one of them. Her legs look like she got ate up by bed bugs. I have the proof. You all down on the ground twerking and all that, but you couldn't come. You couldn't come up with nothing to celebrate me. You over here giving lap dances at my wedding, getting money thrown on you, acting like you my friend, you all happy and stuff because you trying to come up on a nigga. And then, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting so loud. I'm so passionate about this. But after the wedding, once I went through my wedding pictures, the first person I confronted was the girl in the white who wore white. I said, girl, do you not see yourself in these pictures? Like, what happened? Like, oh, that's just my face. I mean, laughing her A off. Oh, that's just my face. That's just how I look. I was like, I don't think this funny, girl. Like, this is my wedding pictures. Like, at the time, I only had went through a little bit of them. I was like, this is my wedding pictures. And every picture, when me and my husband saying our vows, when we walking away, when we at the altar, you never smiled. Like, you was frowning the whole time. What happened? Like, why was you doing it? Oh, none, girl. It's just my face. It ain't nothing. It's just my face. I'm like, yeah. So then days went by, and I just couldn't take it no more. I was like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. The way you treated me, the way you acted, the whole little thing, like with you not throwing a bachelorette party, with you not getting a stripper, but saying you gonna do it, like with you not participating, with you not loving on me, and you agreeing to be in my wedding with you, the whole nude, everything. I laid it out for her. Like I can't fuck with you no more. I can't mess with you no more. Like me and you cannot, we cannot be nothing no more because you did me like that. Oh, you gonna stop talking to me over a dress? Oh, you gonna stop messing with me over a dress? So you gonna stop all the friendship we had, all the relationship we done built? You gonna stop talking to me over a dress? Come on, okay, it's me, it's me. It ain't the dress, honey. It's everything. You're not good enough for me. You hurt me and laughed. And all my pictures, the money I paid for these wedding pictures is gone, girl. You, my wedding pictures, you frowning in every picture. That's not fair. That's not fair. I wanted pictures of when me and my husband was saying our vows and you back there the whole time. Come on. Cut off. Something happened down the line. She tried to come back in my life. She told me, something happened to one of her family members. I don't want to tell her business or whatever. I told her I didn't care. She'll tell you out of her own mouth, I didn't care. And no, it's not over no dress. You did me wrong. Why should I care about you when you couldn't even care about me? You had a whole year to do something for me and you didn't do anything. You didn't buy me anything. You didn't do me anything. And then when I asked you to go get me some earrings from the store for my wedding because I couldn't even make it to the damn store to get my damn earrings, you went and got me the biggest, ugliest earrings you can find. Go look at my pictures, y'all. I had to wear them because I'm like, okay, it's either this or, I'm numb at the time. I'm trying to get through this day. I'm trying to get through this, baby. So I confronted everybody. That was just the set off effect for me confronting everybody. I was angry. My pictures are ruined now. I'm angry. Y'all didn't want to help me. Y'all didn't want to love on me. Even during the freaking getting dressed, y'all did not even want to like come on. That's so messed up. Like, come on. That's so messed up for my photographer to have to stop what he's doing, a service he's getting paid for to help me. He is my witness. This literally happened, y'all. He was the one person, the fly on the wall that could tell y'all this. I'm not lying. So I confronted the girl who was my maid of honor turned bridesmaid because she wasn't doing nothing for me but ruining stuff and not participating. And I told her, I'm like, hey, I really don't appreciate how you did me. I thought we was friends. Like, you really didn't participate in nothing. You were ignoring them. She tried to lie. I was like, I have the group chat messages, babe. You were ignoring them. She was like, oh, okay. Since you called me, yeah. I'm sorry. I could have been a better friend for you. I'm gonna try to work on it. Da 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 da. I ran it down to her too. I don't like how you did this. I don't like how you did that. And that was her response. I'm like, okay, cool. We can still be friends. We can. You a grown woman. You man, you about the same age. You messed up. Being understanding again. Like, what is wrong with me, y'all? I'm like, you messed up. At least you didn't laugh about it. At least you were remorseful. So we can still be friends. She started calling me more and texting me and everything. I'm like, it was crazy how you couldn't do anything for me, but now you want to call and text or whatever. Okay. All right. So boom. I confronted old girl with the big bug bites on the leg and all that. I confronted her. I'm like, hey, I really don't like how you wasn't responding to the group chat. I really don't like how you didn't do anything for me. I really don't like how you didn't help with nothing. Like, you was just there. Like, you didn't do anything. Y'all, this girl gonna say I was going I'm young, I never been in a wedding before, so I didn't know what to do. The other girl, who else Yeah, I think I got all three of them. If I remember it, I'm gonna come back and say. But I confronted all of them. Yeah, before I even confronted them, they was posting pictures of themselves. I bullshit you not. They was posting pictures of themselves at my wedding. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. The girl, who backdoored the girl to change the date of the bridal shower. Why she post a picture, several pictures? I'm in some of the pictures. Why the caption on the photo is "Here comes the bridesmaid." Ain't nobody said congratulations to the Rogers Adams on getting married this weekend. The bride was beautiful. Thank y'all for letting us be a part of the wedding. I'm so happy for y'all. Nobody has made a post saying anything, but people, this one particularly posting talking about "Here comes the bridesmaid." I had messaged her. I said, "Girl, are you okay?" I said, "You literally posting pictures, posted up at my wedding in front of my decor and all that with pictures of me in it. And you talking about "Here comes the bridesmaid." Are you okay? Nobody even said here. It says "Here comes the bridesmaid." It's "Here comes the bride." Are y'all okay? Like, are y'all okay? Her reason is, "Oh, I'm just trying to build my self-esteem. I was just trying to make myself feel beautiful. I haven't felt beautiful in so long. I'm just going through some things interpersonally about the way I feel about myself, and that was just a way to boost me up." By saying "Here comes the bridesmaid" with a picture of you standing next to the bride, you're weird. Y'all, I let some of these women back into my life after this, particularly the one who apologized and was seemed remorseful. She came back and, girl, I should have left that where she was at, right where she had me messed up at. But no, I want to be understanding. I invited her to my house, y'all. My house that I'm standing in right now, years later, and I can tell y'all what she did. That's gonna be another video, baby, and I'm gonna tell it. And I don't care if y'all figure out who it is, and I'm gonna tell it. And no, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Let's be clear. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. And I think I'm gonna have to do a disclaimer before this video. And I'm just gonna say it again right here. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Like, I don't want to hurt nobody. I just want to speak my truth. Because after that wedding, so many people in our organization that we're in and so many other people who were mutual friends stopped talking to me. Like, after me and them got into it and I confronted them about the shit that they was doing, like, a lot of people stopped talking to me. A lot of people, it seemed like they knew something that I didn't. And it's crazy because I didn't do nothing to nobody. All right, you guys, that's the end of the video. I'm gonna have part 2 of, like, when I let one of the bridesmaids back into my life, the one who apologized, and how she came into my home and disrespected my home and my marriage. Yes, she disrespected my home and my marriage, and she be trying to act like she all holier than thou. I got some respect for her, so I ain't gonna really talk about her too bad, but girl, God sees all. Like, this is where I'm gonna leave it at. God sees all. And you know, sometimes people go through things in life and sometimes people struggle because of the stuff that they've done. You know, and sometimes God puts you in a situation to test you, and if you fail the test, you know, sometimes, you know, karma, all the time karma, really. But yeah, y'all really just need to tune in. Thank y'all for listening. If you followed or listened all the way through, like, I really appreciate y'all. Sorry for stuttering a little bit. I've had intercardinal pressure on my brain pretty much all year. It actually took away my speech, so I'm proud and I'm happy that God blessed me and granted me with my brain back, y'all. I can talk, I can think, I can do all that. But yeah, stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. Bye.